Yo, what's up? Pete here. We're gonna talk about bar chords today. A bar chord is a chord that can move up and down the neck. So that's rule number one. You can move it up and down, so you can take a shape, one of the bar chord shapes that we're gonna learn, and you can then transpose that chord up and down the neck. So I might wanna play an F, might wanna play an F sharp, a G sharp, an A sharp, a B, a C, right? Bar chords also are going to use chords that we're already familiar with. We're going to break our bar chords down into E family chords or E shaped chords based off our E type chords like E major, E minor, E7, and perhaps E minor 7. Okay. The other type of bar chord that we're going to have is we're going to have A type bar chords or A shape bar chords. Those are based off our A chord. A, like this or like this. All right. A minor, A7, and definitely A minor 7. Okay. Let's talk about E family chords first, the E-shaped chords. All right, y'all know your E chord? If you don't know your E chord, pause this video. Go check out my caged chords video. We're gonna play an E chord. And in order to play our first bar chord, we're gonna play an F chord, okay, an F bar chord. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 3 fingers that are playing the E chord. We're gonna shift them up a fret, okay? So what I've just done now is I've moved the fingers that were fretted, so the fingers that I have on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings, the fretted notes, I've moved up a half step, okay? So I'm in the position for F now. But I did not move the open strings up with me. So instead of getting an F chord, I get this weird kind of sounding chord. So I have my fingers here in the E shape on the 3rd and 2nd fret instead of on the 1st and 2nd fret. Now I'm gonna change my fingers. So instead of having 2, 3, 1, okay, those are the numbers of my fingers, middle, ring, pointer, 2, 3, 1. I'm gonna go 3, 4, 2, ring, pinky, middle. Then I got this guy, I'm pointing at you. Hey, you. All right, so I'm gonna take this finger and flatten it over the whole 1st fret, okay? Now, before you even try this chord, you may wanna just do this. Take your 1st finger on the fret. You wanna aim for essentially right on the fret, okay? You don't wanna go over into the 2nd fret. You wanna stay on the 1st. Okay, but try to get it just pretty much right on the fret, like flush with the fret as much as possible, okay? So experiment also with the position of your finger. Some people like it a little higher. I personally like it, my 1st finger, the almost like right towards the tip of my finger. I put right on the 6th string and then I flatten down. And I'm flattening through all the knuckles, okay? Think of the knuckles in your finger as the weak points in your finger. They bend, keep them tight like a rod, okay? Next step is elbow in, shoulder down, back, okay? Not only is this just great for your posture, you won't turn into a hunchback, but you're also gonna put your wrist and elbow in the right alignment, in the right position to get a good sound on the bar, because this is quite difficult if you haven't developed the hand strength yet, okay? So you're gonna keep that elbow in, shoulder back and down, and then that'll kind of naturally curl your finger to the outside edge of the finger, the thumb side edge of your finger. You don't want to be on the front or on the inside. No. Elbow in, shoulder down, back, outside, thumb edge of the index finger. And you'll get this sound. Make sure you're hearing every single note cleanly. Not. Okay? If you're getting that, if you're getting like mutes in the middle strings, it means your finger's probably bending a little. In the weak points, remember the knuckles are weak. Tighten that finger, straighten it. If you're not getting a great sound on that, just that bar, that's okay. You don't need to do that right now to play the chord. In fact, it might be easier just to try the F chord. So if you remember, we're gonna go back to playing that E shape with our back 3 fingers, meaning middle, ring, pinky, okay? So I'm on my back 3 fingers, 3, 4, 2, barring the 1st fret, and then I get an F. If that chord's hard and you're getting some buzz or you're getting some muted notes, move it up a little, all right? If If you think about where you are, you're really low on the guitar. The frets are really wide. You gotta stretch, okay, which makes it harder to be strong. If you can shorten the stretch, it'll be easier to squeeze more. So, first fret is F, second fret would be F sharp, third fret G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, and you can keep going up C sharp, D, D sharp, and then back 12th fret. It would be the octave again. We'd be on an E again. Hear that? It's the octave. Think about which fret feels the best. Which fret do you get the best sound on the bar chord? It's probably somewhere between G and B. So somewhere between the 3rd and 7th fret. It's usually where most people feel most comfortable playing these. Experiment on your own. Everybody's different. And we want to celebrate that. Let's get away from this F. Let's go to G. Okay, so let's play these on the 3rd fret. So I'm going to play G major. And that is because the root note here is G. So if you think about your E chord, that note's E. That's the root of the chord E. Now I'm just moving that root up. F, F sharp, G. Okay? I'm on a G chord, G major. Barring, elbow in, outside of the finger, 3rd finger, pinky finger, middle finger, okay? Got that. Now recall all your E shapes, all the different E chords that you know. You know E major, most certainly know E minor, and you may know E7 and E minor 7. We're gonna play G minor now. So we're gonna use the minor shape just by lifting the middle finger, okay? Just like that. Okay. G minor. Some people will try to cover their first finger with their middle finger like this, like push down on their first finger, also with their second finger in order to get more pressure on the bar, in order to get a better sound. I'm not crazy about that, because it's, in the long run, you don't want to be doing that. But if it helps you, and it makes you smile, go for it, okay? Just know that eventually you want to get that middle finger off the first finger, and play it just with the strength of your first finger. Let's do a G7 now. Okay, dominant 7. So E7 would be like this. It's open, 2, open, 1, open, open. That's an E7 chord. I'm gonna now switch the fingers, bar, move it up, 3rd fret, G7. So essentially what I did was I took my G major chord and I lifted the pinky. Okay, G7. Now from here, G minor 7 is just gonna be a combination of the G7 and the G minor. So I'm gonna go back to G major, lift the middle finger for G minor, lift the pinky for G7. Now I have G minor 7, which is different than G7. Sounds like that. You have learned E-shaped bar chords now. I would experiment moving all of those up and down the neck. Start with your F. Go all the way up to fret 8, 10, 12, however comfortable you feel going. Then do it with the minor chord. F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor. Okay, then with the 7. With the minor 7. So you may be asking yourself, how does Pete know where all the root notes on his E string are? There is a PDF associated with this that has some exercises, and it also shows you where all the roots on the E string and the A string are. We're gonna get to the A string in a second, but E string, A string, 0 to 12th fret, okay? And remember, when you hit the 12th fret, it just starts over again. So 13 is the same as 1, 14 is the same as 2, 15 is the same as 3, and so on. I also like to associate songs with the techniques we're learning. So a really famous song that uses all E-shaped bar chords would be All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix version, okay? I'll have a PDF with the chords for the song as well. So you have C minor, B flat major, A flat major, B flat major. So that's 8 minor shape, E minor shape on the 8th fret for C minor, E major shape on the 6th fret for B flat, E major shape on the 4th fret, I can speak, for A flat, okay? So you get this, you all know this song, and if you don't, you should. See, it all comes full circle.